right, I think that I'm live. Let's see. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this live. This is all about love. Today, we are going to be talking about love, and we're going to be investigating if you are brainwashed by society out and away from love. Love is your birthright, and it is highly cherished and highly valued and highly very important for you to understand this frequency, to understand that this is your birthright. To be in love and to have love, to receive love and to give love is your birthright. So, welcome in, everyone. It's a beautiful summer day here in New York City. And I'm sorry I was late, but my baby would not go down for his nap. So, here we are. All right, so let's get into it. So let's talk about this because my perspective coming from I'm a woman that I'm born and raised in New York City in Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn girl, but I've also had the advantage of living in Cuba for most of my 20s. And so I also have just an international feel because I work with people from all over the world and I have clients who represent many different cultures. So I understand that this is happening on a global level. When it came time for me I was in my late 20s, and it came time for when my family in Cuba was like, oh, it's time for you to settle down and have your babies. This is how the conversation went. It went like this: get your baby, have it with whoever, because the baby, being you're the woman, is more so yours than his. And so just get your baby. Just use whoever, have your baby, just have a baby. There was no conversation about they actually told me that I was being disrespectful to my mom because I wasn't giving her a grandchild yet. Meanwhile, she already has 8. But because the grandchild wasn't coming from me, I was being disrespectful. So that was very much a conversation. It was just pressure to have a child with somebody. There was no conversation about legacy. There was no conversation about the merging of coming together of two families. There was no conversation about about how important a father is to a child and how having two parents in the home is actually beneficial not only to you but to the child. So the way that I was taught to seek out love and relationship was very much all about what I can take, what the other person has for me to just grab and take from them and extract from them, as opposed to a conversation about love, about real love. It was more so about what I can get from them. Just get what you can get, just get what you want and keep it moving. And then I see that happening here where there's so many young women being taught to just look for what a man can give you. Like, just look for a man that has money. Just look for how you can manipulate and lie and cheat and get his money and keep it moving. So we're very much in the lower vibrations of this world, very much thinking about like how we can just use people and how we just can get what we can get from people, and how people are just something that we use to get what we want and keep it moving. There's very little conversation about unity, about love, about legacy, and about that importance of that, because love is something that is beneficial to our human being, to our soul, to our body, to our well-being, and to our health. And so in those conversations about what you can extract from somebody is very much in a capitalist mindset, right? Because we're just thinking about what I'm going to get. I'm going to get money. I'm going to get a baby. And so we're just being programmed to use people. Let me know if this resonates with you, if you understand what I'm saying. It's just about what the other person can give you, what you can get, what you can get. Hola. Okay. So that was very much the conversations that were had for me, and what I witnessed and what I see going on. There's other cultures, and even in cultures that come from the past and cultures that exist now, where it's very different when it comes to love. So when it comes to love, it's ingrained in the society that this is something that is valued. It's ingrained in the society that if you want to date my daughter, you come to her parents first. That first of all, you're ready financially, that you're coming to the family first, and you're asking and begging for their permission to date her and to pursue her and to marry her. But you're very much coming with the understanding that when you're dating someone or when you're marrying someone, that you're entering into their family. And that family is something that is being merged together. Like when I went, maybe I'll save that for another time. But it's very much about the families coming together. So for other cultures, there's no like hooking up. There's no, I'm just going to get this, I'm just going to get that from the person. It's very much like, I have, this is the requirements. You have to come with all of these requirements in order to be able to date my daughter, in order to be able to pursue her, in order, we're checking you out, we're checking out your bank statements, we're checking out your job, we're checking out your mental health, we're checking out your family to see if you're coming from a good family, and all of these things. So it's ingrained in the society to look for legacy and to look for a good person to be able to pursue the woman, to be able to pursue her. So this is the culture, this is the high standards that are in more traditional cultures, that are in more traditional societies. And now what I see is that we have very, very low standards. So I have family, and I know people in the world and women that I work with, that because of certain circumstances that have happened to them, because they are single moms, or because they have past experiences, or for whatever reason, there's various reasons, that they subconsciously have very low standards. That the man, if he shows up, however, she's going to accept him. That they're like, just because he's showing up, it's like, oh, okay, I'll just let, all these red flags, I'm just going to just blind myself to them, and the standards have gotten super, super low, in that a man may not have be in the right mind. He might not have good intentions. He might not have the economic stability. He might not have anything to offer the woman, but because he's just there and he's just showing up, he's being accepted and being like embraced, because we're not taught to look for the standards that we need to look for. So you might say, what does this have to do with brainwashing and love? So what is happening is that because we don't have these things of what to look for in a partner ingrained in our society, the women are suffering at a great, great level, because we are being taught and being in the masculine way of looking for a partner. We have switched and lost our power because we're in the masculine. We have lost our feminine power in how we choose to date and how we choose to love, and even how we choose to value love. So if we're not taught how to choose a partner, and we're just leaving it up to our programming and culture and society on how to choose a partner, we're going to be left at a deficit. And that's what we see happening now. We see 45% of the marriages in the United States end in divorce. And not to mention the least amount of people who are married, group that are married in the United States as a woman, as a group, is Black women. Because we are not taught how to choose the right partner, and even the value of love and legacy and marriage is not ingrained in us. So we have to change that. So if we leave it up to programming, right? If we leave it up to just what culture says or what society says or what media says, this is where we get lost. Because all of the programming that we have, all of the movies, all of the television, all of the social media is for clickbait. So what do we want to click on? We want to click on things that are dramatic, on things that are exciting, on things that, ooh, what's happening with them? Where's the drama? So because this drama is being promoted to us constantly, we see people would rather click on a story of someone being cheated on or something happening than just a boring, like, stable relationship. So we don't understand how this is happening and what is happening inside of our brain, especially if you're not coming from a double parent relationship. If you are coming from a single parent home, you're more susceptible to this programming because you didn't have this example in your house. And even if you did, you're constantly being bombarded every single day with all of this drama and all of these things that are happening in the media because it's clickbait. But what this clickbait is doing is it's programming your mind in the background to be single and to not trust love and to not look for love and to not value love. So music, what are we talking about? We're talking this women are gold diggers, I don't love her, he doesn't love me, all of the drama is in the music, right? And it's songs, and these songs have become like a program. They become hymns, and that's running a program in our minds. Don't trust her, don't save her, all of that stuff. It's programming our mind to not value love, to not look for love, to not trust love. And it's coming on both sides, both the masculine and the feminine, both men and women. So how do they benefit? Who benefits off of us not being in love? Society. So what happens is, like, for example, if I had a big company and I want to get employees to work at my company, I'm going to probably, if there's someone that has like a nice resume and another one that has a nice resume, and I look and I see, well, this woman, she has 2 kids, this woman has none. I'm going to hire the one that doesn't have any kids because she's not going to call out when they're sick. She's probably going to have more energy. She's probably going to be available for overtime. She's probably going to work way harder than I ask her to. All of these things, this is what they're thinking. If you are someone that doesn't have, like, coming from like this loving relationship, and you have somebody to come home to, and you have this loving energy at home, and you have someone to bounce ideas off of, and you have someone to eat with, and you have someone to sleep with, and you have someone to celebrate your wins, and you have someone to have, it's like another set of eyes on your life to help to, like, guide you and give you that extra layer of protection, that extra layer of prayers. When you have that blesses you, that blesses your life, that blesses your path. But what we're being taught is we're being taught to just look at relationships in a transactional way. And as feminine essence beings, that keeps us deeply in our masculine energy. It is not good for our body. It's not good for our health. It's not good for our beauty. It's not good for our radiance. Because as long as you're in a transactional relationship, you still have to be in your mind. You still have to be calculating. You still have to be in the masculine of transaction. You still have to be, you're not able to fully rest. You're not able to fully let go. You're not able to fully surrender. Everything is transactional. Everything is manipulation. Everything is just coercion. It's not an opening of the heart. So even like, even when people are teaching women to just get money from men, and men are like, what, it's knocking women off of their power. Because first of all, we can get money ourselves. The second of all, when you get into transactional relationships, it's trick for treats. And so don't think that you can just manipulate people and they don't understand that they're being manipulated. They do, and they're waiting for their ROI. They're waiting for the return on their investment. And a lot of girls are getting into these sticky situations and unfortunate situations that they can't get out of because they believe that their only source of wealth is coming from another person as opposed to coming from themselves. We cannot teach our young girls this. It's 2024. Anyone can, go on Etsy and make something and make some money. Anyone can go and do whatever. We have the internet to build money for themselves. We don't have to be using people to get our own wealth, or thinking that our wealth has to come from another person that we just have to manipulate and lie and extract. So the caveat to this is that when you do want to get into a partnership, when you do want to, and you're looking for your life partner of like, okay, yeah, I'm going to have babies with this person, you do have to use your logical mind first. You do have to think logically. That's why with my clients, I always teach them that don't open your legs and sleep with the people when you're dating. You have to be very much like looking through the logical mind, because eventually because you want to first of all find someone that you're going to overlook the red flags if you're sleeping with them. That's just period, point blank. So don't do that because you don't want to overlook the red flags. Secondly, you want to be really logical in that, is this person in the long term going to be good for me and my legacy and my future and my children? So you want to think about, like, is this person a provider? And provider is not just money. Provider is someone that's bringing solutions to your life. How did I know that my partner was a provider way before he started providing for me? I had a problem with Facebook. This was like back in the day, obviously, right? We were dating. I had a problem with Facebook. I had a hater on my Facebook, like my business page for my Facebook. Casually mentioned it to him. The next time that I saw him, he had brought the whole solution to me. He's like looked up what to do when you have a business page and how to take the person. Like, he came with the solution. That's a provider. A provider is not someone that's in your life that just looks and's like, damn, babe, that sucks. What you gonna do? Like, that's not a provider. That's not just gonna sit around and watch you struggle and just extract. A provider is someone that provides solutions to your problems, someone that is bringing you solutions and bringing your energy and bringing you resources as a woman. So when you want to find your one, you have to think in your logical mind, is this person a provider? Is this person mentally stable? How do they act when they're angry? What family do they come from? Do we have are we working towards a similar goal? Does he want to be a father? Will he be a good father? So all of these things we have to look at through our logical mind. And then eventually, as the time goes on, as a man does provide for you, you will naturally will fall in love. You will grow in love together. But it's very important initially that you do have the logical mind. But that's not to say that you are just looking for the transaction, that you're just looking to be a treat for a trick or whatever, a trick treat. You know what I'm trying to say? That you know that you're going into this with your logical mind, relaxing your feminine energy, and you're allowing the suitors to come and you're having fun while you're dating and you're relaxed and you have your high standards and you have your high self-esteem and you're going to attract that which you want. So I'm going to go into how to attract love in a little bit, but I want to keep going about this subconscious programming because I think it's really important. And she said, so sad and so exploitive. I feel so sad for girls who grew up in a society without guidance. Yes, because they believe they're not valued. Yes, it's true. It's true. And especially, and this is happening globally. So especially the lower, like if you coming from a country that doesn't have or doesn't value education, or the education is expensive and the community of people do not have money, most often they're just going to be relying on the girls to look good, and they're basing their worth, their self-worth, off of how they look. So let's say you don't have the typical modern look. You're going to be very sad or think that you have less value or not value yourself or have mental health issues because you're basing both all of your value off of how you look. And so if you have other societies like in Cuba, the literacy rate is at 90% because it's free. Education is free. So you don't have like, oh, it's complicated, but you have more women pursuing their jobs, having more confidence because they have more education, and they don't have to necessarily know that all of my worth is just on the outside, but they know that they have their education and they have more confidence, they have more self-esteem, they have more sense of self-worth, that they're able to, they know that if push comes to shove, I can, provide for myself, that I don't have to depend and have my power completely on a man. But again, not to say that he shouldn't provide. Because if you are living with somebody and you want to make sure that if you become pregnant, that you can take the time off and be pregnant. It breaks my heart when you see a pregnant woman working in, like, getting on the train and getting on the bus. And I remember I went to Costco, I saw a woman that she was like 9 months pregnant having to stand up because she was working security. That shit broke my heart. Like, that's why I'm saying we have to be logical with when we're choosing, because you have to choose the right person who is going to be in a position to provide, and then also to be able to value love and be able to choose and know that if you want a family, that is possible. But so many people, of all of you see is on your feed all day, is chaos and drama and cheating and drama and chaos. You're going to be like, for what? I don't want that, if that's what it comes with. But honestly, real love, it's not that it's not going to make the news, because it's safe, because it feels real, because it doesn't have all these like high and low moments. It's just real. And it's not like always clickable because it's just stable, and it feels good. It feels solid. It feels like I can rest. It feels like I can trust. It feels like I can just lay back. And so we don't always see that. And so we don't know that's what to look for. So the power of love, this is really, really powerful to you as a feminine essence being. So one of the reasons why I think that society is trying to brainwash you to not value love and be programmed out of love is also because Love, the actual hormone of love, oxytocin, is very feminine to your body and very beneficial to your body. So when you have this feeling of love, the feeling of oxytocin, the feeling of falling in love, it is so beneficial to your body on a cellular level, on a cellular level. So if you have a high stress job, if you have any stress in your body, how do you knock the stress out? First of all, toning your nervous system, but how do you knock it out right away? Love, oxytocin. A hit of oxytocin will knock that cortisol right away. They can't exist at the same time. So this is very powerful, because women who are working high stress job, high level jobs, high whatever, you have a lot of stress. What happens is your health begins to deteriorate, and you become then hooked on prescription pills. And we know the prescription pharmaceutical industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So the powers that be benefit off of you being stressed out, off of you not being in your radiant health, off of you being, God forbid, sick. They benefit off of it. But when you have love flowing through your veins, when you actually have this love hormone, and this is something that I teach in my courses, I teach you how to actually pump this oxytocin through your body every single morning, so you get a hit of it every day. Is deeply, deeply feminine. Is deeply, deeply feminine and deeply beneficial to your health. It brings out your radiance. It brings up your health. So if you're going home to a loving partner and you're making love all the time, it's boosting your health. But the powers that be, they benefit off of you not being in your health. Just think about this. Yes, it's true. We're talking about, the chat is talking about mainstream music. It's true. I can't even listen to it anymore because it is destructive. And the thing is that it seeps into your subconscious brain. So when you give birth, for example, when you're actually giving birth, the act of birth can be extremely painful. We all know this, right? But the thing about the human body is very important, but I want you to know, I want you to think about this. You can't experience pain and pleasure at the same time. So if you have pain, right, the pain of childbirth is serious, okay? It hurts a lot. If you start to experience pleasure, if you start to experience that oxytocin, if you have a partner that starts kissing on you, you start to get sexually aroused while you're giving birth, you will actually feel no pain at all. So what does that say about life? What does that say about your life? It means that if you are someone that is living in modern society, you're going to experience pain, you're going to experience stress. And the ultimate stress reliever is love, is your partner, is making love. And of course, you can make love to yourself. I'm not saying that you can't. But what I'm saying is that the powers that be benefit off of us being single. So we have to be aware of this. So in order to heal, we have to reveal. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm revealing to you the reasons why the powers that be want you to be single, and the reason why you might be single right now is because you have a brain. Your brain has the conscious part of the brain, which is 5% of your brain, and 95% of your brain is the subconscious. So whatever your conscious brain takes in repeatedly over time and accepts as true, is then becomes a seed that is planted in your subconscious brain. And whatever it is planted in your subconscious brain is like a seed, and that's what manifests your life. So it becomes magnified. Whatever gets into your subconscious brain, like if you look around your surroundings in your house and your life and your career, everything that you see right now around you is because of what you believe subconsciously. If you have a partner or you don't, it's because of the subconscious belief. And so what happens is, if we're aware that, hey, I'm being programmed to be single, I'm being programmed not to value love, I'm being programmed to forget about love and get money. I'm being programmed to not value love, not value relationship, not value partnership, not value marriage, and think of marriage as so hard and it's too much and it's so drama and I don't want to be cheated on. And to think all those things and associate all of that with marriage, if we are coming into that's being planted in our subconscious brain, we're not going to value love. We're not going to seek it in the way that we should, and therefore we're not going to find it. The subconscious brain is extremely powerful. And so if we're not aware of really taking into account of like, hey, I am watching this show or I'm doing this act, I'm listening to this music, or I'm looking at this feed or whatever, and it's going to be seeping into my subconscious brain. If we're not taking into account everything that we're taking in through our eyes, through our ears, and through our surroundings, then we're leaving it up to our surroundings and our culture to manifest our life. And so we have to be the ultimate creators and the ultimate manifestors of our life. We cannot allow society to manifest our life for us, because it's going to it's only going to manifest a life that benefits them and not us. So we have to be hyper aware and hyper diligent off of what we see and how we view love. And a lot of us need to heal. A lot of us need to take the time to do the inner work. And that's why I say that learning feminine energy and really learning feminine energy work is one of the most important things you can do as a woman. And I say that because it teaches you how to be in your power. It teaches you how to love yourself. It teaches you how to value and really see your own self-worth. It teaches you how to know how to relax in those feminine hormones. It teaches you know how to cultivate beauty. And this is the most important thing you can learn. It keeps you healthy, it keeps you radiant, it keeps you in love, and it keeps you designing the life that you desire and the life that you deserve. And it keeps you to attract the love that you deserve, as opposed to the love that you just find on default. We want to be consciously designing our life for us, our own desire from our heart, and not what's being programmed for us. Feminine energy work is so much deeper than lipstick. It's really a matter of life and death, because if you choose the wrong partner, if you choose the wrong lifestyle, it can lead to unhealthy habits, it can lead to an unhealthy lifestyle, and it can ultimately lead to you not living your full life. Just being honest. Because, and I say that because, unfortunately, God rest her soul, we had to bury my best friend's mom, and so it's very important for me to teach this work and to know how important it is, because other people teach it and it's very much surface, like lipstick, makeup. Yeah, but it's deeper than that. It's about your inner work. It's about healing from things that have happened to you. It's about really, really knowing your power so that you can live your life, the life that you are meant to live, through your own purpose. And through your purpose is how you shine. And through your purpose is how you have presence and you show up and you shine. And it's just the ultimate. It's the ultimate, ultimate, ultimate. So I say, yes. So, yes, we have to be very, very conscious of the music that we're listening to, of the shows that we watch, and of the people that we surround ourselves with, and of the books that we read, of the podcasts we listen to. And so, what I want you to do, so now we're going to get into how do we now attract love? How do we now get the love that we deserve? How do we now get the love that we desire? First, it's knowing and accepting that this is what you want. So the programming will have you thinking like, uh, you know, I don't know, like everyone's crazy, or they'll have you thinking that it's so hard. You, as a human being on this planet, you are wired for love. You're meant to love. You're meant to be in love. You benefit from love. You benefit in your health, in your body, in your spirit, and your soul. We are not supposed to be just separate. We're not supposed to be using other human beings in a transactional way. That dims your light, it dims your spirit, it keeps you off of your power. So first decide, make a decision and decide, I want love. I'm ready for love. I'm calling love in. Make that decision when you're ready. And the other thing that I was going to say, in terms of like healing and in terms of like just what other people teach, I think that what I teach is a bit different, because I teach inner work and I teach the makings of really looking at yourself and really healing from the past so that you can become your best self from the inside out. From the inside will reflect the outside, and the two things interact with each other. But I honestly, this is a ¿cómo se llama esto? This is a ¿cómo se llama esto? Um, this is something that not many people say. I forget how you say the phrase. Unpopular fact, unpopular opinion. Okay, unpopular opinion. So my unpopular opinion is that not all women are the prize. Just being honest. Not all women are the prize. I have two sons, and so I think about this, and I think like for my sons, what I want is I want them to be with a woman that knows that they're the prize. But I also think about that. I'm like, but you know what? Not every woman is the prize, because there's some women that everywhere they go, they bring destruction, they bring drama, they bring toxicity, they bring the place down, they downgrade everywhere they go because they haven't healed from within. They have so much drama that they cannot even be in a space without creating it. I'm not sure if you know people like that. I did in my past, and I had to remove them from my life, because some people have gone through what they've gone through, right? It's not their fault. They had very traumatic lives, but until they really heal, they're not a prize. I'm sorry. No, no, they're not the prize. Not everyone is the prize. You gotta, if you if you come into a space and just through your energy, through your embodiment, if you're bringing the place down, if you have drama, toxicity, if you're constantly, you know, causing drama and fights and chaos and manipulation and all this stuff, you're not the prize. So teaching women, all women, that they are the prize is a lie. It's an illusion. Some women come into a space and they don't have to say a word, and everyone is blessed by their presence with just her embodiment of her own love. And how do we get to that space? How do we become her? How do we become someone that we don't have to do anything? It's not about doing, but it's about showing up, and you, through your own embodiment, through your energy, through your light from within, through your heart, you enhance the space. She says, so true. I've been gaming my 13-year-old son to recognize real. Ashe, yes, Gabby Rose. I'm the same. Like, we have to talk to our sons about this. Like, look. I'm glad that we're teaching women to be confident. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but I'm saying that we have to honestly look in the mirror and really really heal. and really see our life, not an illusion, but really see our life and really see, you know what, maybe I need therapy, you know what, maybe I need to continue to work on myself, or you know what, maybe I'm the problem, maybe I'm the causing this, and maybe I need to go and just and to continue to heal and continue to look at myself. So yes, so we can get to a place where anywhere and everywhere we go, we are the embodiment of the divine feminine. We are the embodiment of a woman that is well watered, that is representing love for the self, that is representing high self-worth, that is representing the spirit of wishing everyone their own higher self, that through her own embodiment, she inspires everyone else to uplift themselves. So it's not about doing, it's not a process of doing, but it's who you are being in the moment that you enhance everywhere you are. So, how do we reprogram ourselves to love? First thing I said was to decide. The second thing is to do our inner work and just to see that where we need to heal, to see, you know, if we are full of triggers, if everywhere we go, we're being triggered. And maybe that means that we need to continue to do our inner work. We always need to continue to do our inner work, but just look and see if you are the one that is creating the drama, if you are the one that has the negative thoughts, if you are the one that is spewing venom, if you are the one that is spewing negativity, then really look at that and see what part of you, maybe your inner child, needs that love and needs that attention, and give your inner child that love and attention that she needs. It is about how do we reprogram our mind. So the subconscious mind is 95% of us, and the conscious mind is 5%. So if you decide, you make that decision, I'm calling love in, you're going to start to want you to program your mind, program your subconscious mind to be the embodiment of love. So that means that you're going to be hyper aware of what your conscious mind is taking in. That means you're going to look for affirmations that you believe are true. This is very important. Some people teach affirmations, but if you are saying an affirmation and you don't believe it's true, your subconscious brain is literally saying, that's bullshit. That's a lie. And so the affirmation is not going to work. So sometimes you can just simplify the affirmation and you can just say, I am love. I am love. Because like attracts like. That's the law of attraction, right? So if you become love, if you become the embodiment of love, you literally call love to you. So start watching those movies from the 90s, Love and Basketball, Brown Sugar. Put it in the chat. Any movie that has like a good loving feel, okay? Put those, start to watch those movies, start to get into that vibe and create that vibe for yourself. Any any of like media that you take in, that's music, that's YouTube channels, that's podcasts, TV shows that don't Never Been Kissed. Is that a movie? I need to watch that. Um, anything that so anything that is enhancing the spirit of love, the belief in love, that is what you want to surround yourself with. That is the embodiment. Yes, with Drew Barrymore. Okay, so everyone watch Never Been Kissed, and I will watch it too. I haven't seen that one. So you want to really embody that loving feel so that you believe in it for yourself. So your subconscious mind is now having seeds planted in the subconscious mind that are love seeds. And even couples that you know that, you know, you look at them and they're like example of like loving couple and they've been together for a long time, and you see that the woman is in her feminine energy and she's rested, and you see that, you know, the man is, you know, in his masculine energy, and it's just a good example for you. Make sure that you surround yourself with energy like that. Remove the toxicity. Surround yourself with people who are happy in relationships. So the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your communication with yourself. The quality of your life, I'm going to say it one more time, is determined by the quality of the communication you have with yourself. So notice, what are your thoughts? What are the things that you say to yourself when it comes to the conversation of love? Do you think it's possible for you? Did someone tell you something negative in the past and then you're just replaying that negative thought over and over and over again? So be aware of this, put that in your journal, and then reprogram your mind to the opposite. Because love, the truth is that love is possible. The truth is that many people will say, oh, all the good men are gone, or all the good men are wherever. Is not true. As a pot for every lid, and your person is alive right now. That's the thing. Your life partner, if you're looking for a life partner, he's alive right now and he's actually praying for you. So who do you need to become to attract him? You need to become his reciprocal. You need to become the woman that is going to have the life that is open and able to receive him. So if you're constantly thinking thoughts of like, oh, love isn't for me, or I'm unlucky in love, or all the things that we're programmed to think, then that's not opening your energy to love. That's not opening your energy to partnership. So the woman that you are becoming is a woman that believes in love, is a woman that is open to love, that is a woman that is, she has her outfit ready for the date already. So you gotta get ready. There's a woman that is open to receiving that love, is a woman that believes in it. So you have to believe that it's available to you first. You have to believe that your person, he's out there, he's alive, he's healthy, he's praying for you every day. He definitely is not married, okay? He's single. He's praying for you every single day because he's looking for you. So who do you need to become to attract that? Who do you need to become? If you want an alpha male, if you want a masculine man, you have to become a really feminine woman. I'm not saying that you have to be feminine all the time. If you see my other videos, you know that we have both masculine and feminine energy within us. But when you're on your romantic dates and when you're with him, in the presence of him, you want to be able to turn that feminine energy on, because that's what they're looking for. That's how they rest. That's how they become attracted to you. That's what calls their energy towards you, is to have that juicy feminine energy. So the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the communication you have with yourself. So be aware, hyper aware of your communication, of your thoughts, of what you're thinking, of what you're telling yourself. What are you telling yourself on a daily basis? Because that is literally how you manifest in your life. So I want you to tell yourself you are the embodiment of love. I want you to tell yourself that love is easy if you believe it. Just say, I am love, I am love, I am love, because that will then raise your frequency to love. The power of love for your body, for your mind, for your spirit is essential for you, not only as just a human being on the planet, but as a woman, because we are not meant to go through life all on our own. Especially in this modern society, we can be so isolated. We used to be in groups. We used to live in tribes. We used to have grandma, our mom, our aunties, our cousins. We used to be surrounded by family, and now we live in very isolated situations. And this is very damaging to our spirit. So then you have all of this junk bombarding your mind to have you think that love is not worth it, that it's not valued, that it's not whatever, and it's keeping you isolated even more as to be a single woman, and that's it's not healthy. It's more healthy to be in a loving partnership, in a relationship where you're having amazing love making sessions and you're having beautiful deep moments. And it's not to say that it's all butterflies and cookies and rainbows. I'm not saying that. It is challenging because when you do find your partner, when you do find that one, they reflect back to you your inner work that you didn't do. And so a lot of times what people do is like they get into a relationship and they're like, things start off really good. And then it's like, and things are not going good. And it's your fault. It's you. It's you. You're the one. And you blame the other person without realizing that they're just reflecting back to you your own stuff. And so it's a matter of that maturity and it's a matter of that growth and it's a matter of being vulnerable, being open, and growing and healing those parts of you. And so in relationship, we actually evolve and we actually grow to become better. But it takes a level of maturity. It takes being with the right person. So again, I'm not saying that it's all butterflies and cookies and rainbows, but in the end, you do get so much out of it. You mature, you grow, you have someone to live your life with. You have someone that, is happy when you call them. You have somebody that you can share all of your joy with, your wins with, that you can raise babies with, that you can go through, troubling times together. And it's deeply nourishing for the soul to just have that person, to have that, and to be able to trust in that without it being this whole transactional thing that I just got to exchange. No, it's I'm resting in that love. I'm basking in that love. I'm evolving in love. And I'm becoming a better version of myself, a more healed version of myself because of love. It helps you to evolve in such a deep way. So we have to learn how to really, really become the embodiment of love, to choose love. And once you choose love, then all of your decisions have to line up to it. So I was working with a client, right? And she wanted to attract love. And so she wants a husband. And so I was working with her, and then she was talking about going and seeing an artist and going backstage with the artist. And I was like, honey, listen, you decided you want to be someone's wife. And so, what wives do, good wives, they don't go backstage with a random artist doing whatever. Like, you have to become her now. And that is the embodiment. That is how you attract the love is you become love. You become the wife now. You become the woman that has love now. So that means you're not thinking those same single thoughts of like, oh, love is not happening, love is not going to happen for me, love is hard. You're not thinking those thoughts. You're thinking, I am love, I'm the embodiment of love, and all of that. And then your actions then align with that. So your actions then have to align with being in a relationship, of being with a high value man. And so all the actions align with that. And that is how you take that straight cut to get into the love. But before that, too, the last thing there's two more things I want you to do. I want you to write down a list of your standards. Very important. Write down a list of your standards because you don't want to lower your standards for anybody. You want to always have your high standards. And as a divine feminine woman, those things can evolve over time. And that's okay, because we are cyclical beings and we're constantly getting more information. So that's fine. But I want you to write down your standards. This is my standards. This is how I want to feel in a relationship. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. So that you keep those high standards. The second thing I want you to do is always to invest in yourself, to invest in pour love into you, pouring love into your body, your mind, and your spirit. So I want you to think about ways that you can up level yourself. What are some books that you can read? What are some courses you can take? What are some people that you can work with, mentors that you can get? What are some new makeup looks you can try? What are some different clothing looks that you can try? Maybe you have clothing that represents a different time of your life and you want to embody something new, a different look, a different hairstyle. Maybe you want to take on a different style of exercise and you want to try martial arts now, or maybe you want to take a cooking class or whatever it is, right? So, what are some ways that you can pour into yourself? Because again, that energy of pouring into you is how you build your self esteem, because you're pouring that energy back into you and you're becoming more confident. You're becoming more of a person that can trust herself because you love yourself, because you invested in yourself. Confidence comes from the word confide. So, can you confide in yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you keep your word to yourself? So let's say it can even start with making your bed. If you tell yourself that I'm going to make my bed every day, keep your word to yourself. That's how you build confidence, because you continue to know that I am a person that I can confide in myself. I can trust myself. I'm trustworthy. That means your chest is high, your shoulders are down, your head is high. You have a demeanor of up leveled and confidence and trust, because you're trusting in yourself. Keeping your word to yourself, building your self esteem, building in your skills. Like all of the energy that we put outside of ourselves, we're constantly checking on this person or constantly seeing what that person's doing or constantly whatever. Take all of that and pour that back into you. What are the ways that you want to up level in your life? What are the ways that you want to build in your self esteem? And so that is how you're going to build that self esteem. Making my bed daily with pretty pillows really shifted my mood. Yes. Yeah, I have always been like that. Even if I stay in a hotel, I have to have that bed made. It just drives me crazy if it's not. So simple but effective. It's true. It's usually the simple things that make such a difference. There's always magic in those little simple shifts in our life. So it doesn't have to be big things, but you then start to evolve, and the more that you pour into yourself, it's like you start to go through like an identity shift. And so a lot of us can feel a type of way about how we are evolving, how we're growing, and we can feel like we have to be stuck to this way that we used to be, or this way, this old identity. We want to grab hold because that's who we are. But you're constantly growing, you're constantly evolving, you're getting new information, you're getting new ideas, you're getting new teachers. And so it's your journey. It's your job to evolve. It's your job to grow. It's your, that's part of the human experience. So the the concept of shedding and shedding your old self and shedding the old ideas and shedding the old you, to emerge into who you want to be, to emerge into that woman that is in love, to emerge into the wife, and to emerge into that up leveled self that she's inside. But we have to shed some things and shift in our identity, so that every morning when you wake up, before you open your eyes, decide who you want to be. Decide that you choose love. Decide. Decide that you get to be the woman that attains the love that she deserves and attains the love that she desires. And then don't open your eyes until you become her. And then you open your eyes and you start your day. And you open your eyes and you start your day full of love. So remember, if we leave it up to society to design our life, it will design our life to benefit them and to harm us. We have to know our power. We have to know that we are the ones that design our life, that we are the creators of our life. And anything and everything that you want, everything that you desire, that desire is planted in your heart so that you can become the person to attain it. It's not planted in your heart to make you feel bad and make you like dangling a carrot in front of you and just make you suffer. No, it's planted in your heart because you're meant to become the person to attain it. So if you have it in your heart, it's planted in your heart. I want love. I want partnership. It's like a deep desire inside of you. It's planted inside of you because you are becoming the woman to attain that love. And through the process in this video, I hope that it helps you to, on your journey to love and on your journey to finding love. You radiate such divine beauty, Maya. You inspire me to dress better. Oh, thank you, mommy. I have to, I want to invest in clothes as well. So we'll work together. We will inspire each other to get nice clothes. Nice fabric is really important to me. I love to have like things that feel soft and things that feel good. And that is a part of the feminine journey, is like your inner world reflects your outer world and they speak to each other. So as you begin to embody more of your feminine energy, you'll start to see that I like to wear things that maybe hug my body in a different way, or different colors or different feels or different fabrics, and start to play with that, start to get creative with that. Yes, nice fabric is everything. So you get to play with it because that's part of the juice and part of the fun of being a woman, is like how you represent yourself and how you present yourself to the world. You get to play with so many things. We have like our makeup and we have our hair and we have our, our clothing, and that represents our mood. And our mood is constantly changing because we are cyclical beings. And sometimes we're in our follicular phase. Sometimes we're ovulating. Sometimes we are on our cycle. And so we get to play with our mood and we get to change our look. And that's part of the fun of being a woman. And sometimes we forget that. And we just, can get into like society, just, especially in New York, it's just all gray and black and navy blue. Yes, wearing colors. Gabby Rose said, and wearing colors, I noticed how much black I had in my closet. Yeah. Yes, so light colors attract. Black is a color that absorbs. So if you are around, like I had a client who was a psychologist, and I told her, do not wear black when you're at work, because you are, even on a Zoom call or whatever, people are emoting and that black energy is just sticking to you. Because think about black, it's an absorbent. That's why women in the desert wear black, because it absorbs the sun from the day and then it keeps that black, keeps them warm at night. So it's a very absorbent, but you don't want to always absorb your surroundings. You want, so if you have light colors, it deflects more. Yes, slowly adding colors is great. Working with your skin tone, working with different colors for different moods and different things that you want to attract. Is really, it's also how you can brighten your own mood. It's how you stand out more. If you look at a restaurant, you'll see, like, well, summertime, most people are wearing more colors, but in New York, very rarely you'll see. A lot of people wear a lot of dark colors. So start to play with the colors, start to play with your look, start to be more creative with it as you grow and as you evolve on your journey. So I want you to be in the vibration of love. I want you to know that love is your birthright. I want you to know that as a human being, you were born in love, you know? Like, think about how babies are born. We're born in an act of love, and how we're supposed to come into the world, how God designed us to come into the world is through love, is through the emitting of oxytocin. That is a gift that women have. Is we're supposed to be born like just how we're made. We're made with the lights are dim and an act of love. We're actually supposed to come out of the womb in the same feeling of love, of romance, and all of that. And that's how when the oxytocin floods a pregnant woman, she cannot feel pain. And there's actually women I know and have worked with that have had an orgasm. It's called an orgasmic birth when they had a baby come out, because the baby was pressing on and there was the arousal and all of the things. So just know love is your birthright. Love is very healing, it's very powerful to your body, especially as a woman. It is so essential. So for now, we're going to continue to love on ourselves. Even when we get in our relationship, we're never going to stop up leveling ourselves, loving ourselves, building our self-esteem, having those high standards, and let me know how it goes. So if anyone wants more help, if you want to get deeper into your feminine energy, I have my Radiant Goddess course that is everything you need about feminine energy, and you have lifelong access to it. And if you want one-on-one coaching, I have that all in the description box. I got you. So let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.